read, and
Okay.
I reported one of them. I forgot who it was, but I
Okay.
report two of them actually.
Right.
And because it was just too much, it's like, how can you call yourself a child of God and go to that extreme to threaten somebody else's life
And
just because they're
you the
being
preacher's son.
yes, that is. I was
And I
flabbergasted
have
when I
yet
was
to been
reading
able to
that.
talk to him. Now I talked to his wife, which his wife acknowledged that he has been accused before. But she said she's never known him to cheat.
Well, that's
I feel sorry for Sister Wilkinson because don't get me wrong, now that church was horrible. It was some messy ass church hoes. I ain't like half of those women there. And see, my mom, I had issues with my mom because my mom, they come and gossip to her. But my mom wasn't a gossiper. The problem was she sit there and listen. And see, sometimes I was there. Some of them were smart enough to say, "Hey, Sister Williams, get Michael to go crank up the car, turn the air conditioner on." Some of them were smart enough to do that. And some of them, they standing right there talking about this member, that member, just got finished hugging her, just got finished catching the Holy Ghost with her.
oh my
Panties
god.
on, skirt all up in the air. They supposed to be so righteous, but God makes you kick your legs up in the air where somebody got to throw a sheet on you. I did a lot of this stuff just didn't make sense.
It's very sad. It's very sad, and the fact that they all do this and then hide behind God's image, it's very shameful. It's very disgraceful. It's very distasteful,
Yeah.
and they really need to rethink their life
Especially him, because I
choices.
feel like with him, he needs to. I feel like he needs restoration. He's been holding this inside,
Oh
and
God.
and that's probably. And here's the thing, he's had all these health problems that I didn't know about. That's probably why he's had them. Because and somebody else commented from the church, and they were like, "Well, we all have sinned," but that's true. But when you're in that pulpit, it's a whole nother level. How you gonna tell God you were watching over souls when you was watching over ass? He even told one of my friends. She said, "Yeah, he came up to me talking about, damn, saying you still fine," and he the
That
preacher now.
that is very sad.
And there was scandals. I can't wait to write about all of it. I'm gonna write about all the experiences. Yes, Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's supposed to be so-called witnesses. I can't wait to get to you, Jan Borden, Leon Borden, who actually went to jail for molesting. I just don't. I just been running into these things with child molesters. It's just interesting. And my worst horror film, Nightmare on Elm Street, and that just dawned on me. Remember Freddy Krueger? What was he? If you remember, you ever watch Nightmare on Elm Street?
I watched part of it because it freaks me out every
It
time
does
I see
freak
it.
me out. I don't watch this stuff anymore because I do feel like it's demonic and it can bring. But his storyline, he was a child molester,
Oh my god.
and the town got together and killed him. And the storyline is that he comes back and kills their children.
Oh, that explains. Okay, gotcha.
That's why he's always after the teenagers and coming in their dreams. But he's a child molester. I just have this thing with and then it's happened in my family. I have siblings who have molested each other, but they talked about me. They labeled me. One brother's like, come on out the closet, man. Let's deal with this. You've been molesting our sister.
Yeah, they.
And we haven't even dealt with that. And as a kid, I would pick up on this because it's 8 kids. Out of all the 8 kids, these 2 never interacted with each other. And I kid you not, when this sister would pass by him, I remember the mannerisms, or he passed by her or something, her head would be down. That said a lot to me. And I even, as a little kid, I was very precocious. And I said, why you 2 never talk? Now, that sibling years later told me what happened. But it's just this brother, he's always attacked me, tried to put me down. I can't wait to write about him. One time he jumped on one of his girlfriends. And this is what I didn't like about the girlfriends and his wife, ex-wife. I think I heard they got divorced. See, my mom was not one of those meddling mothers. You know how some mothers, their mother-in-laws from hell and they meddle in their kids' business. My mom's kids dragged her into their business.
Oh,
And I am kind of resentful. In the middle of the night, I had to go over there with her. She's on the phone. Miss Williams, come get your son. She didn't bring him over there. She told you what you were getting into. Both of you.
yep.
But I felt sorry for one of his girlfriends because she was getting her life together, got a good career going, had her hair done, her nails done. That time we had to go break that up. Yeah, but that night I had to go over there with my mom about him and her.
Yeah.
He broke all her nails off.
Oh my God.
I'm talking about she was feeling herself. This is back in 1992, 93. And I actually liked her. You know, I actually liked both his wives. The second, well, the second, I mean, that was his girlfriend. The wife who's now divorced, I have some issues with her too. It's just some of the things she did. Like, it was a lot of calling my mom and dad when you're having these domestic problems, and she already told you what to do. You don't have to call the police. His dad did me the same way. Which I got a good story about my mom too. My mom stabbed. No, she had her "What's Love Got to Do with It" moment. My mom, check this out. And I'm gonna let y'all go. My mother and her neighbor.
Hey there, how's it going?
Hey, how are y'all?
I don't let them pass by because it's kind of graphic and this over. But my mother and her neighbor, I heard about this story. I've seen the stab wound. They both stabbed their husbands in the same night. Well, their husbands will go out, get drunk, work all week, go out, get drunk, blow the money, come home and try to take it out on them. And they said, I heard the story was they was sitting talking. They like, I'm getting tired of this. You girl, then, excuse me, as crazy as it sounds,
Hey there, how's it going?
they both stabbed their husbands in the same night. Isn't that crazy? I mean, I got a book. I probably have like multiple series. I can't wait to turn this into a show. And thank you, though. I appreciate you.